Hey, it's Phoenix. Okay, this time we head off to British Columbia. We meet up with Emily Roberts. She's a contributor to Motorcycle Mojo magazine, and we get a chance to catch up with her and find out what she's up to.
I literally just rolled in as it was counting down to 3:30, so I'm happy I made it.
Wow, and is that an Africa Twin behind you?
No, it's actually a GS 1250. I just picked it up a couple days ago as a long-term test ride. So it's got about 150K on it right now, and it's just a blast. In terms of bikes that do everything with grace and are incredibly refined, this is probably one of my favorites. It's just an absolute weapon.
And 149 kilometers are because of you.
Yes. I've never gotten to ride a newer bike, so it's really exciting.
I love this. So we're in your backyard right now. You're in BC, but Revelstoke, help me out.
Yeah. So I'm in Revelstoke, in the interior of BC. It's gorgeous, great roads, great dirt riding. It's pretty ideal for any sport that you want to achieve.
Someone who's not familiar with you, Miss Roberts, Emily Roberts, writer and contributor to Motorcycle Mojo magazine, MMM, Motorcycle Mojo magazine. You've been doing it for how long now?
Well, I actually wrote my first article for Mojo when I was 8. So that would have been 9 years ago now. That was my very first bike trip. It was 23,000 kilometers from Ontario up to Alaska and back.
Jeez, come on.
And I hit a deer. I got stuck in snow. I just had a great time on that trip. So I wrote my first article about that trip. And then I came on full time with Mojo 4 or 5 years ago now. And it's just been great. I love bikes. I've never considered myself a writer. But writing about bikes, I love them. I could talk all day about them, so it's easy.
You know, and the thing about it, we can read all about it too. Again, Motorcycle Mojo magazine is where you can find a lot of your articles. If I'm not mistaken, that trip you took to Alaska, didn't you also jump in the water with your bathing suit?
Yes, that was actually a more recent one. Last summer, I rode up to Tuktoyaktuk in Northwest Territories. So they had just opened up the road from Inuvik up to Tuktoyaktuk. Going from Dawson City and getting on the Dempster is about 950 kilometers of just gravel in through the Arctic Circle, leading to the Arctic Ocean. And of course, yes, I had to go for a swim. I also wrote about that one, and yeah, just it's great. And writing for Mojo is awesome. It's a great Canadian magazine and publication. So yeah.
Well, one thing, and it is a great magazine. I completely agree with you. One thing that you will probably be writing about, if you haven't already considered about it, is I know you spent some time in Alberta recently for something called Rally in the Rockies. So give us a skinny about that, because that's where you and I ran into each other. But give me the skinny about what your perspective was.
Yeah. So first off, it was really great just having a rally again in this time and era. So being able to go there, being able to ride Harleys. I had never ridden a Harley before, so I got to ride my first Harley, which was incredible. Getting to ride multiple Harleys, though, I got to ride the Road Glide, the Fat Boy, the Live Wire, and the Sportster. So I got a pretty good array of each, this span of models that Harley gets to offer. And then, just being able to be at a rally where there's new riders, there's experienced riders, there's people who ride sport bikes, who ride adventure bikes, who have choppers. It's great just bringing bikers together in general, especially during this time, and especially with the boost in motorcycle sales this year. It's been great. So,
boy, no kidding. And I think, didn't you also have a chance to talk to the general manager, Eric Sum, about the operation? Because I know he was absolutely thrilled about it and thrilled about the turnout. But tell me about Eric.
Yeah, so with Eric, he's great. With the dealership itself, his main kind of goal is to give his builders the freedom to build what they want and to create these unique Harleys that in turn people love. So I really appreciate that, because it's really hard to get good builders these days. It's really hard to have a good shop where you can build freely and customize whatever you want. But when he was creating the rally, he had in mind Sturgis, obviously, it being one of the biggest motorcycle rallies. And for us in the western side of Canada, we love Sturgis. We love going down there. It's not too far for us. And because we couldn't do that, he decided to put on his own rally to kind of accommodate the miss that we had with that. So he did it so diligently, tons of precautions, and just really just provided people with a great time in a safe manner, bringing bikers together again and getting wicked bikes to look at and some great vendors and helping out local businesses during that time as well with the different rides and whatnot that he put on. So Eric Thumb's an absolutely great person in the industry, and I'm just so happy that he was able to pull that off.
Yeah, and the opportunity, because I know you went on a demo ride that one day. He has a couple of demo rides built into this rally, and I know, again, as you said, you had a chance to check out a few. Does this mean you're converting to maybe a Harley Davidson, or are you just keeping your options open right now?
I'll tell you the truth. I love working in the motorcycle industry, although it often means that I don't make enough money to buy the bikes that I have. So my current bike is a Suzuki Gladius, and it's got 73,000 kilometers on it, which it's been everywhere with me. If I was to buy another bike, it'd probably be more on the adventure spectrum. But I think one of the great things about riding the Harleys was just understanding what the appeal is, because we all see them. But there is nothing like having a big engine between your legs and getting to ride this big, beautiful, comfortable bike and being the person who gets to make all the sound with their bike,
Yeah.
To go and when people look at you, it's because of the sound of the Harley, and there's something so powerful about that. And yeah. I mean, if I had enough money, I would buy one of every single brand of bike, especially a Harley. I'd probably have a Sportster and a Road Glide, just because those were my two favorites.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things we're going to do, we're going to keep checking in with you every so often, because I know that you love the outdoors in BC, and we love to hear more about your adventures. Are you going to be writing about the Rally in the Rockies?
Yeah, for sure. So
okay, we'll look for it then.
Yeah, so I'll probably end up timing it in the spring so that we can get people into it for next August as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to write about that, and then just also write about Calgary Harley Davidson. They do such a good job there, and just to be able to kind of shed some light on what they do and what they offer and how much they cater to their customers, I think is really, really important. So yeah, I'm really excited to write about that, and yeah.
I know that you're also this weekend is also the International Women's Riding Day. Do you have any plans, or do you know anything that's going on around the BC area?
Yeah, so it's International Female Ride Day, I believe it's called IFRD.
Yes.
Normally there's a huge amount of riding that goes on. There's actually a really great website where women can post up their photos of them riding for the day and stuff. So in terms of actual planned rides, I don't have anything planned, but I'll definitely get out on my bike and take a few photos. Awesome. And then this weekend, actually, I'm going to be doing an adventure rally with this bike. I'm going to go up to an event called Wander by the Wanduro crew, and that's in Vermeer area. So going to be riding that, and really excited for that too. So
I know that there's some wildfires that are happening in BC, so just be careful and cautious when you're out there, okay?
Yeah, it's really scary. We've had a really good season so far, and it's always a bit of a hit and miss with summer riding, because as much as we love it, sometimes in August we don't see any mountains and we only see smoke. So yeah, it's unfortunate. The Okanagan's getting hit pretty hard, but I think where we are, it should be pretty good. But yeah, you always got to be careful. And for any riders who are getting out in BC in the summer, especially in August and September, keep an eye on the wildfire situation, because they spark up so quickly.
Yeah, great point. Emily Roberts, writer and contributor to Motorcycle Mojo magazine, and also contributor here at License to Ride. Hey, thanks for doing this, and let's stay in touch, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Phoenix.